He's walking his opponent down, and he's created an issue where if he continues to go backwards, he's going to be penalized out. They start to feel this pressure, this need to engage, and that's where Fedor reacts. He'll sprawl, or he'll grab and enter in for his own throw. Now his opponent is in a dire situation where if he gets one more penalty, the match is over. Alright, so today we're going to do a technical analysis on Fedor, the Last Emperor's Sambo style. He uses this kind of interesting Spawl and Brawl style that I noticed while watching his matches, where he uses a heavy emphasis on like small footwork and boxing and blitzing him with their boxing to force his opponent to the edge. And he also uses like cage cutting to start to force penalties. These penalties start to make his opponent work into like unfavorable grappling, where he uses his sprawls to circle around, get penalty points on the ground as well, or counters with a judo throw whenever his opponent enters in for grips, because in Sambo you have to grip up and throw to score, and his opponents aren't good enough to knock him out. So that's kind of where he uses this Sambo Sprawl and Brawl style to create anxiety in his opponent, force them into unfavorable grappling, and win through penalties and counters with judo. If you don't know, Fedor is a 4-time Sambo world champion, 7-time Russian national champion, and multiple-time Pride FC champ, and really the pioneer for Sambo in MMA. So that's why I'm making this video on him, and let's get right into the technical analysis. So Fedor's in the left on the blue. So you see he's using small footwork, using his boxing, and he pressures his opponent out of the ring. Same thing right there. Little bits of footwork to pressure his opponent out. After that, this opponent starts to get penalties. Right there, he goes for the judo throw and ends the kimura. So let's go back just a little bit. So each one of these clips, what he's doing is kind of walking his opponent down, and now that his opponent can't go backwards anymore because he's created an issue where if he continues to go backwards, he's going to be penalized out. His opponent has to rush in and get grips, in which Fedor then counters with like an ukigoshi, going right into a kimura. So now to explain why this works in Sambo and the penalty system for Sambo, you can get 4 penalties. First one is a warning, no score. Second one is 1 point. Third is 2 points. And fourth is disqualification. With Fedor creating this pressure, constantly moving backwards, in 4 exchanges, he might be able to penalize you out. It's a little bit less about the points. While those do matter if he has scored with a throw or like a pin, what really is counting over time is those penalties. So once his opponent started to get his second, third, or fourth penalty, then they start to feel this pressure, this need to engage, and a lot of times they will do a like unfavorable entry into grappling, and that's where Fedor reacts. He'll sprawl, or he'll grab and enter in for his own throw. When you're entering into these unfavorable positions and doing it kind of like anxiously, Fedor is very calm, ready to react, and then that's where he's getting his throws. You see it in multiple different matches. We got 3 examples here for you. So you see right here, he's using cage cutting. So here his opponent would get his first penalty. Same thing, and his opponent has to rush in. Yep. See, he was getting his opponent towards the edge, and he doesn't really initiate the grappling. He just takes the grips that he wants. Sprawls, gets back up. Nice little body shots there. So he's just working on the grappling right now, but he entered in, and now his opponent is going to go for another sacrifice throw, and he's going to end up on top. This is probably the hardest match of the 3 that I watched. And really, he's just sprawling and making sure he stays on top. He's not entering into any of these positions or doing anything wild. Everything is staying very composed. If he doesn't feel like he can't get a throw, he doesn't really go for one. It's countering his opponent's need to throw. So he's creating a need for his opponent to attack and countering that. You see, still just kind of slowly plodding forwards, pushing his opponent out. Yep, cutting him off, and then goes for a strong boxing combo and enters for the takedown there. Same thing here, hands are low. Just plodding forward, and when his opponent reaches the edge, that's when he shoots in. Goes for a short boxing combo, and his opponent is forced to grapple. So here's the last match of the 3. You'll see the same thing here. Fedor's just slowly plodding forward, and his opponent's at the edge, and he's forced to grapple. So now he sprawls, goes to the back, few hits. That's considered a passivity penalty in Sambo. So his opponent not defending his head whenever Fedor is hitting him right there is considered a passivity penalty. So his opponent gets the first penalty, which is a warning. Now same thing again, slowly plodding forward. Strikes his opponent, forced to shoot. Fedor sprawls, circles, and hits. So this will be the third penalty in this match. I just took a few clips, but third penalty. So now his opponent is in really a dire situation where if he gets one more penalty, the match is over. So you'll see he has this kind of franticness in entering in to the clinch, and this is where Fedor ends the match. Still slowly pushing him back. Very short, clean boxing combos. Circling, cutting the ring off, and pushes him out. That sometimes is a penalty, but they didn't give him the penalty this time. Fedor again cutting the cage. His opponent has to enter into grappling, and Fedor counters with a nice Ken Uchimata into a pin. After that, Fedor will hold the pin for 10 seconds and win this match. Let's kind of go over these last two in slow motion. So you see, it's very, very small steps. He's not taking large steps forward. He gets caught there, but continues to keep moving forward and tracks his opponent. And once he sees his opportunity, kind of blitzes forward, actually pushes him out right there. You see, still just pushing his opponent out, tracking him from side to side. He's following him around the cage, not allowing his opponent to retake the center, keeping that constant pressure on his opponent. Quick blitz, and his opponent has to grip up or be forced out, which would be a penalty as well. Then he hits a beautiful judo throw because his opponent has to have forwards pressure, which leads to an easy Uchimata right there, transitioning straight into the pin. So this style that I'm calling it is Sambo Sprawl and Brawl, in my opinion. So he's forcing his opponent to come in, and he only has to react. It's very, very like foundational Sambo principles. You don't have to always attack, but he's just moving forward, and creating an opportunity for himself to win the match because his opponent is flustered. So, hope you guys enjoy this breakdown of Fedor's Sambo Sprawl and Brawl, is what I call it. To implement this yourself, just walk. Make sure you keep, I would prefer keeping your hands high, even though in many of those clips you'll see Fedor keeps his hands low, using small footwork. You don't need to be super bouncy all the time. He's kind of just plodding forward and then blitzing in with the combos. So work on plodding forwards. Make sure, like, if you don't have a specified area, put some tape on the ground, get a partner, and work on your cage cutting, boom, and then countering as they come in. If they come in low with wrestling, sprawl, and then circle to the back and hit. Or if they come in high for your grips on the kurka, then you start to counter with judo throws as they pressure forwards away from the edge of the circle. So, yep, hope you enjoy this breakdown of Fedor's Sambo, Sprawl, and Brawl style, and have a good day. Ready, 1, 2.